In the early days of Quest 2 accessories, we didn't have a lot of options. And a lot of us back then bought the Anker dock, charging dock that you could put your controllers in, your headset in, everything stayed charged all the time. But as things went on, we wanted grips for our controllers, and grips didn't work well with those docks. VRAccessoryVerse is what it was called on Amazon, has some grips that really intrigued me because they look like they were made for those kinds of docks. Let's see. Oh, we got the premium box. It even says VRAccessoryVerse, fine goods for distinguished gamers. It's got this like old-timey writing on here. The little L for left got this old-timey thing on there. It's like leather and rawhide. Kind of an interesting design for grips. Okay. Oh, step 1, step 2, step 3. That's the most unique instruction manual, short of maybe that one that came with that chair that was like the whole insert. Most unique one I've seen. Step 1, remove battery cover. Step 2, do I have to unscrew this thing with a flat blade screwdriver? I guess I could do it by hand at least. It's not too tight. It's like a rivet style design of a screw and rivet, I don't know. Goes around here, pop this back in. Now if I really wanted to tighten this thing down fully, I would need to get a flat blade screwdriver out, which it did not include one, but I think we'll be able to finger tighten enough to at least get the idea. I've been doing a lot of finger tightening today. If the other videos come out or if you haven't seen it yet, it's been a weird day. What? They don't send you an Allen wrench. They send you an Allen, no wrench. Okay. Okay. Really finger tighten those Allens now. Can't believe I'm finger tightening this right now with half an Allen wrench. Now at the bottom, it doesn't look like it's 3D printed. It looks like, well, maybe it is. Maybe they just sanded it after the fact. Got this plastic notch here. It's gonna slip into here. I feel like going in the other order, maybe going in reverse order would have made this easier. There's something very old-timey Western about the entire design of this product. Feels like something that'd be sitting on the shelf in like those barber shops that are all the rage right now, where you go in and they give you a shot of whiskey or bourbon or something and you sit in the chair and they cut your hand real manly like. Don't make it fit in the hole very easily. Maybe that's part of the appeal. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay, I'm gonna try this in a different order. There we go. That was much easier that way. When you get used to reviewing Quest 2 accessories like I have over time, you get used to working with a lot of the same materials. A lot of plastic, a lot of 3D printed stuff, PU leather type stuff, foam pads. You don't deal with something like this. This is weird. I feel like I should have a pair of cowboy boots on to be touching these. And that right there is one of them. You can see what they were going for here. They made a few fatal flaws in execution. Let me install the other one on and we'll talk about this. An interesting thing in assembling the left one, it felt like a bit more premium because when I undid the rivet, the back half stayed in the leather. Like I kind of felt like it was supposed to. It didn't all just fall apart into pieces. It stayed there, which made it easier to put it on and hook it on. But when I say they made a few fatal flaws, one, other companies have tried grips like this. But something that most of them did was they made the piece that comes out of here, instead of being leather like this, they made a plastic that helped kind of push it out or extend the length of it a little bit more. Because a lot of people, when you put your Quest 2 controller in your hands don't completely fit on there. Your hand hangs off the bottom because these are pretty short and small controllers. So what that does, if your hands are any longer like mine are, it creates a pretty bad pinch point at the bottom right now, where I'm feeling this buckle, I'm feeling the leather. It does not feel good on the bottom of my hands at all. But it's also forcing my hands up higher on the controller. I want my hand down here. And even if I loosen this, it doesn't really help counter the problem, because still, once I squeeze down and bear down, the pressure is always coming from this high up point. It should be coming from lower. Just like the other grips that add plastic to the bottom and lengthen the controller a little bit, it's to make the strap feel better on your hand. This doesn't feel good. And what ends up happening is I end up with my thumb too high, where if I wanna like hit the A button, I gotta really reach down here. The Oculus button is a hard reach to get to because it's way down here. Or my thumbstick, I'm wanting to push on it with this part of my thumb instead of up here where I'm gonna have the precision. And I could keep working it back down in my hand, or I could try to hold tight with my pinky, but it's just not continuously comfortable because of that. Someone with really small hands might disagree. It might feel okay for them, but for me, I just find myself, I'm constantly trying to work my hands down the controllers further because it feels like they're sitting too high in my hands. Second choice, and this could be a bit of personal preference, but this like leathery material they they chose doesn't feel good against your skin. Padding, silicone, there's so many materials that would have just felt nicer. This just doesn't feel good. This feels like this is for the rugged person that wants everything in their life to be a little uncomfortable and painful. And that's what these are meant to be. These are gonna give you tough hands playing VR. These aren't gonna be comfy and feel good by the end of it. And last thing, and I'm not gonna verify this, but I just feel like this is that kind of material that once you sweat on it several times, it's gonna stink. I had watch bands that are made out of the same kind of feel in it. I would bet you these would get stinky quick. So I will say I give it 1 point for being weird and unique because I would have never expected to see something like this in a grip, but I absolutely could not recommend anyone goes and buys these. Also at the price of, I think they were $38 on Amazon for just a little strap for your controller. That's a lot of money. And granted, this was probably hand-cut leather. Somebody probably chased down the cow, murdered it themselves, cut this off, hand-dried it, hand-cut it. There's just, I'm trying to find the right words that aren't offensive here. There's just everything original country, I don't know. Something about these straps, just everything feels like there's just some sort of something built into there that I can't even name on camera. But hey, what do you think out there? Do you want these now? Did you think, oh man, what I really want on my Quest 2 is some stinky leather that looks like somebody went out in the rugged backwoods and really, I don't know. I'm fumbling over my words because I just don't know what to say about these, so I'm just gonna quit while I'm ahead. If anyone out there got these for some reason, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment. This is probably the only purchase that was ever made and will ever be made, but I would love to hear if you somehow found this video because you got them. So thank you for being here, and I will see you in another reality. I should have done another yeehaw boy, but I felt like we kind of overdid that in the last video. Woo boy! Woo boy! Man.